Geoffrey of Anjou, architect of the Plantagenet legacy. Geoffrey of Anjou, 1113 to 1151, also known as Geoffrey Plantagenet, was a pivotal figure in the formation of the Plantagenet dynasty, whose influence would shape the political landscape of medieval Europe. As the Count of Anjou, Maine, and Touraine, Geoffrey combined military acumen, political ingenuity, and administrative reform to establish a legacy that resonated across centuries. His marriage to Empress Matilda and his role in the power struggles of his time were instrumental in forging the foundations of the Angevin Empire and the eventual dominance of the Plantagenet dynasty. Early life, foundations of leadership. Geoffrey was born on August 24, 1113, in Anjou, France, to Fulk V and Ermengarde of Maine. Fulk V, known as Fulk the Young, was an ambitious and capable ruler who would later ascend to the throne of Jerusalem as king. Geoffrey's mother, Ermengarde, brought significant ties to the nobility of Maine, further solidifying the family's regional power. Geoffrey's early life was deeply influenced by his father's political and military aspirations, which provided him with a model of leadership that combined pragmatism, piety, and ambition. Growing up in the courts of Anjou, Geoffrey received an education befitting a nobleman. He was trained in the arts of war, diplomacy, and governance. Known for his striking appearance and charisma, Geoffrey earned the nickname Plantagenet due to his habit of wearing a sprig of broom, gennet in French, on his cap. This symbol of his lineage would later lend its name to one of the most powerful dynasties in European history. In 1129, when Fulk departed for Jerusalem to assume kingship, Geoffrey inherited the title of Count of Anjou. This transition marked the beginning of his political and military career. Anjou, situated between the powerful regions of Normandy and Aquitaine, was a strategically vital domain. Its position made Geoffrey a key player in the volatile politics of 12th-century France, a role he embraced with energy and determination. Marriage to Empress Matilda, a strategic alliance. Geoffrey's marriage to Empress Matilda in 1128 was a turning point not only in his life but also in the political landscape of Western Europe. Matilda, the daughter of King Henry I of England, had been widowed after the death of her first husband, Holy Roman Emperor Henry V. Her status as empress gave her considerable prestige, but it was her position as Henry I's sole legitimate heir that made her a critical figure in the dynastic struggles of the time. The union was orchestrated by Henry I as a means of securing an alliance between Anjou and Normandy. This marriage had profound implications. Normandy, a wealthy and strategically located duchy, was a linchpin in the Anglo-Norman realm. By tying Matilda's claim to the English throne with Geoffrey's control over Anjou, Henry I sought to create a power bloc capable of resisting the ambitions of rival factions. The marriage, however, was not without challenges. Geoffrey and Matilda, both strong-willed individuals, often clashed. Their early years together were marked by estrangement and disputes, yet their political objectives eventually aligned. Despite these difficulties, the marriage produced three sons, Henry, Geoffrey, and William. Henry, the eldest, would later ascend to the English throne as Henry II, becoming the first Plantagenet king. This union thus laid the foundation for a dynasty that would dominate England and much of France for over 3 centuries. Consolidation of Normandy, a campaign of control. While Matilda focused on her struggle for the English crown, Geoffrey turned his attention to consolidating control over Normandy. The duchy, a vital part of the Anglo-Norman inheritance, had fallen into disarray following the death of Henry I in 1135. King Stephen of England, who had usurped Matilda's claim, struggled to maintain authority over Normandy, leaving a power vacuum that Geoffrey sought to exploit. Between 1136 and 1144, Geoffrey launched a series of campaigns to secure the duchy. His military strategy was methodical, relying on siege warfare and the systematic subjugation of rebellious barons. Geoffrey's efforts culminated in the capture of Rouen in 1144, a decisive victory that secured his position as Duke of Normandy. This achievement was not merely a territorial conquest but a significant step in the formation of the Angevin Empire, as it provided a secure base of power for his family's ambitions. Geoffrey's consolidation of Normandy also reinforced his reputation as a capable and determined leader. His ability to navigate the complex political dynamics of the region, coupled with his military successes, set the stage for his son Henry's eventual rise to power. By securing Normandy, Geoffrey ensured that his family's influence would extend far beyond the borders of Anjou. Administrative reforms, the architect of stability. Geoffrey's governance of Anjou, Maine, and Normandy was marked by a series of administrative innovations that reflected his foresight as a ruler. Recognizing the importance of efficient governance, he implemented reforms to streamline tax collection and local administration. These measures not only improved the financial stability of his domains but also strengthened his control over a fractious nobility. One of Geoffrey's key innovations was the emphasis on written records. By formalizing administrative processes and maintaining detailed accounts, he laid the groundwork for a more professionalized system of governance. This approach would later influence his son Henry II, who carried these principles into his administration of England. Geoffrey's focus on efficient governance ensured that his territories were well managed, providing a stable foundation for the expansion of Angevin power. Geoffrey's administrative reforms also had a cultural impact. By fostering a sense of order and stability, he encouraged economic growth and cultural exchange within his domains. His efforts to promote literacy and record-keeping reflected a broader trend in 12th-century Europe, where rulers increasingly recognized the value of written documentation in consolidating authority. Military mastery, building power through castles. Geoffrey was not only a skilled administrator but also a formidable military strategist. He understood the importance of fortifications in maintaining control over his territories. Castles served as both defensive strongholds and symbols of power, projecting authority to allies and rivals alike. During his reign, Geoffrey oversaw the construction and expansion of key castles, including Château de Chinon and Château d'Angers. These fortifications were strategically located to protect vital trade routes and borders. They were also designed to withstand prolonged sieges, reflecting Geoffrey's understanding of medieval warfare. The castles built and fortified under Geoffrey's direction not only secured his domains but also demonstrated his commitment to long-term stability. These structures became centers of administration and governance, integrating military and political functions. Geoffrey's emphasis on castle building would influence his descendants, who continued to use architecture as a means of consolidating power. Legacy, the Plantagenet Foundation. Geoffrey's death in 1151 at the age of 38 marked the end of a life characterized by ambition and achievement. He passed away unexpectedly after falling ill during a military campaign. Despite his relatively short life, Geoffrey's legacy endured through his descendants, who carried forward his vision of a unified Anglo-French empire. His son Henry II not only became King of England but also laid the foundation for the Angevin Empire, which at its height spanned vast territories in France and England. The Plantagenet dynasty, which derived its name from Geoffrey's sobriquet, ruled England for over 3 centuries, overseeing significant developments in governance, law, and culture. Geoffrey's contributions to the rise of the Plantagenets cannot be overstated. His strategic marriage, military conquests, and administrative reforms established a framework for success that his descendants built upon. Geoffrey's ability to balance ambition with pragmatism made him a model of medieval kingship, and his legacy continues to be celebrated as a foundational chapter in European history. Conclusion. Geoffrey of Anjou was a man of remarkable vision and capability. His ability to navigate the complex political landscape of 12th-century Europe, coupled with his reforms and military achievements, ensured the success of the Plantagenet dynasty. From his strategic marriage to Empress Matilda to his consolidation of Normandy and his administrative innovations, Geoffrey's life and accomplishments remain a testament to the power of ambition, strategy, and innovation. As the architect of a legacy that shaped the course of English and French history, Geoffrey's influence resonates to this day, a reminder of the enduring impact of leadership and vision. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe to Medieval Chronicles 1066 for more explorations in medieval history. Stay curious.